Here we go, yet another new Luffy leader. However, this one at least plays a little bit differently, so that's cool. Let's talk about it. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode. Mabi here, and today I'm going to be giving you my personal deck profile for this red and green Luffy leader that comes out in OP13. Now the whole game plan here is with your leader's ability, you are very defensive. You can only protect your leader and Straw Hat characters. So you have some really good mid-game and late-game cards that you're specifically going to be protecting in order to win the game. So let's talk about every single card in this video breakdown. If you just want the deck profile though, and you want to skip the video, make sure to pause and head on over to the website Mabi TCG.com. There I have this deck and many others that we don't cover in videos in image and text format. Alright, so let's talk about every single card, starting with the leader. And we are using proxy cards, and there's a link in the comments below of how and why. And we're using alternate arts because they look cool, but don't worry, if you plan to get the deck by yourself, just get the base cards, it'll be super cheap. Alright, so first card here, Monkey D Luffy, OP13, 5,000 striking leader. This is a 4 life red and green. This is Supernovas and Straw Hat crew. In this deck in particular, you are searching for a lot of generic cards. You have a total of 8 searching cards that grab anything 3 and 4 cost and higher, which is pretty cool. So let's go and talk about it. With 1 Dawn attached on your opponent's turn. If you have 5 or less active Dawns on your field, you may rest any number of your active Dawns. Then up to your leader or Straw Hat crew type characters gains 2,000 power for each Dawn that was rested by this effect. So things to note: must have a Dawn, only on your opponent's turn. You must have 5 or less active, meaning if you somehow go up to 6 or you end a turn at 6, you can't even use this ability. You can use this more than 1 time per turn, meaning you can skip the first attack, maybe rest 1 Dawn for 2,000, next attack comes in, rest 2 more Dawn, etc. And then basically, yeah, it's basically you just leave Dawn up or have Dawn be active at the end of your turn in order to gain that, 2,000 effects, giving you 2,000 counters. So in this particular deck, there's a ton of cards that allow you to restand Dawn on your turn, the end of your turn, and your opponent's turn. So it's pretty cool. Alright, so if you guys are enjoying the video so far, please make sure to like and sub. It really helps out the channel as we grow. We're going to be covering every single One Piece leader from here on out going forward. The first card we have is Monkey D Luffy from OP13. 1, 2, and 1. If your leader is Luffy, Sabo, or Ace, obviously we're Luffy here. We're going to look at the top 4 cards of your deck, grab a 3 or higher cost, and add it to your hand. The rest go to the bottom. So that's why we have a lot of generic random cards, because this card here lets you search for any archetype as long as it's a cost 3 or higher. Now, on your second turn on the field, if you don't have a turn and you play this, you can at least attach some Dawn and do some attacking. Other than that, unfortunately, this does not have a place on the field. It doesn't do anything. You can't bounce it back. It's just for a little bit of attacking, and that's pretty much it. 1, 2, 3, 4. The next card that we're running, it's going to be Demonic Aura 9 Sword Style Asura Dead Man's Game from OP12. This one costs 1 here. It has 2 effects. Activate this during your main. Rest 3 of your Dawn cards, so 4 total, 1 and 3. Rest up to 2 of your character's Dawns or characters. You usually want to use this towards the late game if you have a lot of power on the board. You want to go for game. You can use this for 4, rest up to 2 stuff, and then you can just go and crazy attack. The counter here is up to 1 of your leaders gains 3,000 power during this battle. This is actually really relevant for this deck. You are leaving a lot of Dawn up, and if your opponent calculates, okay, they have 5 Dawn, which means they have 10,000 counter power, I'm going to match that perfectly. If you have this one, they're not expecting it, it's plus 1,000 more, that might throw them off their game. So this is usually for attacking purposes, but in this deck, it's really nice defending as well. Unfortunately, not searchable by anything in the deck. Alright, next we're using We Are from EBO2. This is a 2 cost searching card. Main, look at the top 4. Grab a 4 cost or higher card, then the rest go to the bottom. So just like Garp, this is a generic searcher. This one searches for 3 costs or higher. This one searches for 4 costs and higher. And your whole game plan is 5 costs plus anyway, so both those cards are really good. Activate during your trigger. You can activate this main effect to search as well. Also, because you are restanding a lot of Dawn cards on your turn, if you're not using them to defend or using them to attach to your leader or characters, you can have those raised Dawn, active Dawns, and just activate this. So this is a really great card to add to the deck. 4 cards. This here and these just make it really consistent of your game plan. Now for Jewelry Bunny, this is from PRB02331. This is an innate blocker for 3, which is okay, but however, her ability is what makes this really essential for the deck. On your opponent's attack once per turn, set up to one of your Dawn cards as active. So at the end of your turn, if you just have 1 Dawn on your leader, and you have 0 Dawn up, you can go ahead and activate this to bring the Dawn back up, activate this to get the 2000 counter. Now this is cool because you don't have to do anything but have the card on the field. This is a pinch blocker for later. You usually want to leave this on the field for a good while and just, use it for blocking once you need room for a lot of other cards. So this is a really great card. Can be searched by the guard, but not by the We Are stage. We're running 4 of these. Next is Uda from OP13 451. So 2 abilities here. On play, set up to 2 Dawn cards as active. So you play this on curve for 4, you get 2 up. You could use that 2 Dawn to once again put on your leader, leave 1 up for the leader ability defense, or use 2 for We Are, which is why this is in here. Nice. But then the second effect of here is then you cannot play a character with the base cost of 5 or more during this turn. So if you need to play a 5 cost or something, make sure you play it beforehand, etc. But yeah. The second ability is when this card is KO'd, play up to 1 character with a cost of 5 or less from your hand as rested. Now this is an extremely powerful ability. Your opponent does not want to KO this. You have some really amazing 5 costs that activates the on plays and at the end of your turn. So this is going to be a super annoying card that your opponent's like, do I want to KO it, because you're going to get a lot of value off of it. This is super good, searchable by all of your searching cards as well. So love this card for the deck. 1, 2, 3, 4. Your next card is going to be Uroge from OP07 451, innate blocker. End of your turn, set 1 of your Dawn cards as active. So it's going to play the same role as this Jewelry Bunny. This one is way better to play though because it's much more cheaper. And this one, you have 5,000 here, so it can be an attacker, but you're not going to usually be using this as an attacker unless you really need to just get some aggression going. But basically, end of your turn, 1 Dawn up. When your opponent attacks, 1 Dawn up. It doesn't matter. You're going to use it when your opponent attacks anyway, either one. So that's how this particular card works. Searchable by everything. Okay, let's move on to 2K here. This is Zoro from PRB02 442. On your opponent's turn, if this character would be rested by one of your opponent's effects, you may instead rest another one of your characters instead. And this has blockers, so towards the late game, your opponent uses Hody Joneses. Maybe it's a mirror match. And they have a lot of these, these Dead Man Asuras, whatever. They can rest some stuff. I did say the Garp here really has no use later on, but if you end up having this on the board and you have this, you can rest this character instead of this, which is really good. Amazing. And it doesn't even say once per turn, so you can do it multiple times. Really awesome. So it's a really nice card for the deck. Searchable. And technically, this can be protected by your leader ability, but you're probably not going to be protecting it. All right, next is Basil Hawkins. We're just using 2 of these. This is from Stardeck ST24 442. End of your turn, set 1 of your Dawn cards as active. You usually aren't going to be playing this, but if you somehow don't get Uroge or you don't get these Jewelry Bunnies for the turns where you can easily help you set up Dawns, you're going to want to throw this out. All right. Now, from here on out, this is your main game plan here, and a lot of cards you're going to be protecting. Let's talk about them. First is Sanji from OP13. So this is 5, 7, and 0. On play, set 2 of your Dawn cards as active. So just like the just like the Uda here, as soon as you play it, you can go ahead and bring 2 Dawn back up to do some weird shenanigans. Play more really cheap cards, put them on your leader, protect them, etc. Now, unlike the Uda though, this one doesn't have the sort of deficit of saying you have to. Hold on, let me turn the music down a little bit. Hey, we're back. All right, so basically, unlike the Uda card, this one does not say that you can't play any characters, 5 costs or higher after that. So if you end up playing this when you have, let's say, 7 Dawn or something, you play this for 5, you put 2 Dawn back up, then you have 4 Dawn. You have a lot of extra cards to put down, cheap blockers, or you can just, once again, leave all the Dawn back up. The really good, nice kicker here is your second ability. At the end of your turn, if your leader is Film or Straw Hat, so I'm testing work on a Film deck, but so far it's a little iffy, right? But yeah, a Straw Hat type crew, set 1 of your Dawn cards as active. Really amazing. This is a card you will 100% want to play as your 5 drops if you can. Prioritizing it brings Dawn up, sets 1 at the end of your turn active. And because this is a Straw Hat Crew type character, after you start attacking with it with 7,000 power, you can then use your leader's ability to protect it. So towards the early game, you're using your leader ability to protect your leader. Towards the mid game, characters and your leader. This is one of those characters you do want to save. Super good. Searchable biography stuff in here, of course. All right, next off is going to be this Jewelry Bonnie from OP12 561. It says an 8 blocker for 6. On play, if you have 8 or more rested dons at the time that you play this, meaning, 8 or more rested cards in general, your leader counts, other characters count, obviously your don counts. Draw 2 and trash 1, then set up to one of your don cards as active. This deck does not have a lot of ways to sift and trash during your deck, for your deck. You have around 10 character bricks in your hand, but that's okay because this one will help you get rid of those somewhat towards the late game. Also, the second ability is nice. Setting one of your don cards as active, of course, is good. So we're running 3 of these. All right, next off we have Cavendish from EB01 561. On play, then when attacking on a future turn, if your leader is Supernova, which it is, and you have no other Cavendishes on the field, which is only these ones in the deck, set up to 2 of your dons as active. Once again, really good. It's very nice and consistent to have a lot of cards to help you bring a don back up. Just having that versatility for attacking with more stuff, leaving them active for defensive purposes, or even playing more tidy cards. This is just super good for them. So we're running 4. Sorry, yeah, 4 of these. Then we have more 2 keys here. This is Carrot from OP02 552. End of your turn, one of your don cards is active. Now, really quick, just remember this one card here, right? The one that we talked about earlier, these Udas. If your opponent decides to attack into it and destroy it, you take that hit because you have these carrots to throw out, you have these Cavendishes, and of course you have these bodies and these Sanjis to play. So you have a lot of amazing cards that your opponent just like gonna leave your, your Uda up because it's super annoying. So nice. 2K is a bunch of these. All right, time for Monkey D Luffy from OP13 6/7 brick. This says double attack for 7. Not bad. On play, if your leader is multicolor, so you can use this with a lot of other leaders later. Set up to 4 Don cards as active. 4 Dons. My god, that's a lot. Then you cannot play characters with a base cost of 5 or more during this turn. Now, if you just play this on curve, you have 4 Don up. Let's say you just want to throw his character out. 4 Don up, you play this on curve, add 1 Don to your leader, then whatever other Dons you have ready to go. You have 4 acting more Dons. You have like 4 or 5 Dons during your opponent's turn, or you can end up playing like a lot of these Zoros, these Oroges. You have a lot of things to do. Then on your next turn, you can start attacking into your opponent leader, hopefully double attacking. It gets rested. Oh no, they're going to attack into for 7,000. No, you have your leader ability to really keep it in check, really keep it defensive, and it's just amazing. So we're running 3 of these. So basically, your whole game plan is Sanjis, and then hopefully you win the game with Luffy's, or you win the game with these Zoros. This is your game plan here. Zoro from OP06 990 here. So 2 abilities. When this character attacks, at the moment when it attacks, you rest 1 Don to set him back as active so he can attack again. Then activate during your main phase. You can activate 2. You can set 2 Don down to set this as active. So you have a when attacking, you have a when during your main to activate it. So after this character goes on the field, you have opportunity to attack up to 3 times during your next turn, and you don't even have to hit just 9,000 base. You can put 2 Don on him to hit 11, etc. So even though this is a really slow card, the fact that the whole game you're trying to set up a lot of cards to help you bring Don back up. You have a lot of defensive cards. This is your ultimate game plan. And thankfully, every single card 4 cost and higher can be searched by both your Garp and your stage. So that's why this deck is very defensive. But remember, with your leader ability, you could only protect Straw Hats plus himself. But you really only want to protect the 9-drop Zoros, the 6-drop Luffys, and of course these amazing Sanjis. So that is the deck. This is a really interesting and fun deck. Yeah, I really like these extra Zoros to help you with rest and stuff. You don't have a lot of ways to remove stuff from the board, but basically you're just being a turtle and attacking and defending and just having a ton of 2K potential thanks to your leader's ability. There's a lot of other cards people will be running like Charleston and stuff like that. The 10-drop Shanks, and I've tested it out, but I found out this is like the more of the play style that I particularly want. So that's it, guys. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure to like and sub Areno, and the website, of course, has everything you need and more on the deck profile. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.